Now I want to show you a handy feature, which is the input quantize. What this does is when it's enabled, when you're recording MIDI parts in, it's going to force the notes to the quantize value that's set over here. So that means you don't have to go in afterwards and quantize the MIDI notes. It's going to latch it onto this grid value here as you record in. This is a great time saver because you don't have to quantize afterwards. Plus, it allows you to input your MIDI note data right onto the grid as you're recording it in. So let me show you how this is done. So on my track here, these are my drums. So this is an instrument track. And then over here on this right panel in the inspector over here, just make sure that you're on the MIDI tab. And also make sure if you've got a view open over here, just click on it to hide it so you can see all these parameters. Now for this drum part, I want to enable the input quantize and I want to set the quantize value to eighth notes. I'm just going to put my playhead at bar 2. I'm going to make sure that I've got my click on. And now let me record in the part and then I'll show you afterwards what happens with the input quantize. So there you go. That is my recording. And as you can hear, it sounded like I was slowing down and speeding up with my timing. So I was definitely off with my timing. But if I double click on this part to open it up in the MIDI editor, check this out. I'm just going to zoom up. And as you can see, my notes are all quantized onto the grid. So everything has been quantized to this quantized value here as I input the MIDI notes in while I record them. Now that is a great time saver. So you can record your parts in. As you go in to edit them, you'll see that the notes have been quantized to the grid value that you've set here. Now, if I just hit Control Z, it'll show you my performance before it did the input quantize. So the steps that follow is you record your part in, and then while you're recording your part in, it's going to input quantize. So it's actually 2 steps. But as I undid this, you can reveal and show what the timing was before. So if I just put my playhead over here and play back, ooh, very out over there. Very out. So you could hear my timing was off. Now, if I just go back a step and add that input quantize back in, everything is on. So like I mentioned, this is just a really great way to save on time when you're inputting in your MIDI note data into your recordings. Just make sure that you do set the right resolution value here, because if you set it too high or too small, you might push the notes onto other grid values that you might not want. So that's how to use the MIDI input quantize. Now let's check out some other things.